talking about?
Blaze War.
Yeah, that's good. And we want,
Our video was 60 and our transcript, the video deposition, which was exhibit 60.
So the written, typed up version of that should be 60A with all the accompanying awkwardly numbered exhibits. They got different numbers because Mr. Moss made mention of that during the deposition. There's exhibits in the deposition are numbers differently than they are in court, but they'll be within 60A. All right?
and I'd like the record to reflect that we just again count up and was over that all the exhibits that we've handed up be entered and made a part of the record.
And all those exhibits we've been discussing, I want them numbered, make certain a number for the record, but they're admitted for the purpose of this hearing.
That's right.
Thank you, sir.
All right, give Ms. Weaver a second to get her stickers caught up with my talking.
Okay. That's going to be, you're saying that the written transcript is going to be 60A because the video was 60.
Yes, that should be 60A.
Yes.
And everything within it is 60A.
Yeah, and that's got the exhibits. Yeah.
We're ready, Judge.
All right, call your witness.
All right, we're going to play the 911 call and enter into evidence the 911 call of Frank McMurray.
Very well. That is exhibit
No, this would be exhibit 2A.
2A.
Defendant's exhibit 2A.
We'll probably just do them straight away.
I can explain to you that process, Judge, later, but it got complicated quick.
I can imagine. Let's just keep doing what we're doing then.
Horry County 911, what's the address of your emergency?
I don't even know. I just came down from one second. I'm really sorry. Somebody just shot somebody in the middle of the road. I am at the corner of Camp Clark Road, and somebody just unloaded, shot through his windshield, and shot this guy.
Oh, okay.
At the corner of Highway 9 and Highway 9 and Palm Creek Road.
Oh, okay. What's your first and last name?
Frank McMurray.
All right. All right. Can you spell your last name for me?
MCMURROUDS.
And the phone number you're calling me from, Mr. Frank?
Oh my God. 804-317-5534.
Okay. And what's going on? I know you said shots fired there.
Okay, so I got out of the truck. He was in a white truck. Got out of the truck with a 50 drum. The fire was open. He told the guy, "Do not follow me anymore." The guy in the white truck had his gun drawn, pointed at him, and the guy in the black truck kind of like moved his pistol. The guy in the white truck just unloaded a complete magazine at the guy. Shot through his back window. I think he might have hit him.
Okay. And what color of the vehicle was the vehicle that the individual was in that actually shot the weapon?
It's a white Dodge Ram with a trailer. They're both sitting there. I mean, the guy that shot him, the guy that's shooting, the guy out of the truck. I'm not going. Holy shit. I mean, I was trying to buy bullets to go on.
And-
I'm like,
All right, you're okay. And this was into the black truck? What kind of truck was the black truck?
the black truck was in a Dodge Ram too. He shot at the guy and completely blew out his back window. I don't know if it was kids in that car. I don't know who's in that car, but he just unloaded to a truck.
Shots were unloaded into the black Dodge. All right, I'm just getting that information in there, okay? And you said that you thought somebody was hit with the shots that went in there?
I mean, it looked like he was dead. I don't see the guy.
Okay, are you still in the area, or are you?
I'm right behind the now, yeah.
Okay.
It's the one that shot was a Dodge TRX white truck. The car that was shot into is a black Chevy Silverado.
Okay. So it's actually a black Chevy Silverado?
Yeah. Can't Swamp Road at the corner.
Okay.
What is that?
All right. We do have a call in there for them. We are going to have people responding out there, okay? I just want you to keep yourself safe as well.
I know. I want to check on. Okay. Yep. I know. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm still here.
Okay. I'm just listening to what's going on, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Where are you exactly in relation to those vehicles?
I'm on behind him. I just looked at the driver of the white truck. I'm back up off Swamp Road on Highway 9.
I just want you to keep yourself and your passenger safe as well, okay? But we do have help coming out there.
I'm back up to the new side control.
Okay.
Off my car.
Okay. All right, and are the vehicles pulled over at Highway 9 and Camp Swamp Road?
They're all, they're Camp Swamp Road. You pull in, there's a white truck. The driver's out talking to people, trying to tell people not to go up there. He's in the middle of the road. You really can't even talk. No one's trying to pass because that dude up there's what's going on. They got to stop.
Okay, but they're not on 9 anymore. They're off on Camp Swamp Road?
Right when you turn in at 20
Okay.
Road, yeah.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to go ahead and put that in there for the responding officers. Okay.
Sorry, I'm calm now. I literally trying to buy. Shots are being fired by. I apologize to customers.
That's all right. I understand. Thank you for calling in and letting us know about it, though. But I was just updating that information in there.
Thank you. Yeah, the guy in the black truck jumped out with a pistol. The guy in the white had a pistol for that officer. The guy in the black got a pistol. And that guy with the pistol moved it. The guy just shot.
Oh.
I don't know who got first, but I just know that the guy in the white, oh boy. I think he's dead. I can't even, I don't know if he's off in the woods, he's running into the truck. I want to go up to the bed, so I was shot.
Okay. That's no problem. I want to keep you and your passenger safe in there, okay?
I think they both returned fire or something. Nobody knows the devil in the black truck is no one. Like, we can't see him.
Okay.
So, just for the I just want the office to be taken ahead of.
And you said no one knows where the driver from the black truck is?
No.
Okay.
Man, come on. Yeah. Yeah. somebody else was telling us the guy in the black truck was trying to run the white truck off the road. Like literally drove the white truck off the road. He was like way down at Long's when it started. The guy in the black truck was chasing the white truck down, trying to drive him off the road. Then jumped. That's, I guess, when he got out of the pistol. That's not. But there's other people here that said this guy's been chasing this guy in the white truck for a couple miles now, trying to rock the road and drive him off the road.
I am just updating all this information in there, okay?
Yeah, I just want to get as much for y'all as I can, so.
Okay. Could you get me the license plate numbers on the trucks, if you're close enough and if it's safe enough?
The white truck looks like 5572. Oh, he's got a black truck. I cannot see the Chevy. I did not see the Chevy.
All right, now you can get off the white truck is the 5572?
Yeah, I think it's like a 1 or D, but it looks like a 5572. That gentleman is also on the phone with 911. It's called himself, I think.
Oh, okay. All right. And then could you tell for that white truck if it is a South Carolina license plate?
That's South Carolina license plate. You know I'm knocking down here. The black truck does have South Carolina license plate. This one I'm not telling. Kept one of those black things over it so it's hard to see during the day.
Okay.
I think so. Oh, yeah. Now that black truck can chase this guy for miles, I guess. The black truck can chase this guy for miles. They saw the whole thing. And then the black truck stopped and got jumped out with a pistol. Yeah, I'm on the phone now with one. I said,
he got out, and then had a gun. He dropped it and he stopped. And I mean, you can't do that.
no, freaking out. What happened? He's dead? Guy's dead.
Okay. Which truck? The driver of which truck?
Driver of the black truck, he's dead. The guy who drives the white truck walked up and checked on him. He said he's dead. Oh my God.
Okay. I am putting that in here, okay? We are having officers come there. There is an officer coming down Highway 9 right now.
Yep. Right now, there's some witnesses. The driver, the white truck, got a fire on him. Everyone's just calm down, but he just said he walked up and saw him. The guy's dead.
Okay. All right. We do have officers coming there, okay? Do not disturb anything in that truck. And if you can, go ahead and tell people around there not to disturb anything in there either, okay?
Okay. All right.
And you said you still don't know where the driver of the white truck is?
Hey, sir, you know where the driver is?
He's in his seat right now.
He's in his truck, in his seat right now. They said he's deceased. They don't want us to go near the truck and touch anything. So
Yeah, we do have an officer coming down there, okay? He's coming down Highway 9 now, but I'm going to stay on the phone with you until he arrives, okay?
That white pickup truck is a veteran South Carolina tag with 5572.
Okay.
Oh my God.
And you guys are standing well clear of the traffic, aren't you?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Everyone's
Okay.
out of the way. You're not going to be able to turn. I can hear the sirens now.
Okay.
Officer at 5.
Okay. Okay, and then can I get a description of what vehicle you're in case the officer wants to speak with you there?
Yeah, I apologize. I'm facing the wrong way on 9, but way off, well to the shoulder. I'm in a gray Chevy Colorado. I like to place it's a Virginia tag. Do you need that?
Okay. Just so the officer can identify you there.
Okay, PRM 4683. I'm on the side of the road, my wife.
Okay, you said 4683?
4682.
82, okay. All right. Is the officer there on scene now?
Yeah, he's talking to the gentleman in the white truck that shot with the other guy.
Okay. Just keep yourself safe there. I do have all of that information in there. And then if anything changes or gets any worse, call us back immediately, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Bye.
Judge, that is a 911 call, and we would, we have a transcript of that call. We moved into evidence the transcript of the call. A written statement by Mr. McMurrow that was made at the scene with those people. The interview by Mr. McMurrow at the scene by officers that was videoed, just as Blazemore and Terry Wright was, and we've got the deposition of Frank McMurrow. We'd like to enter all of that into the record.
Purpose of this hearing, so I'll admit it.
Yes, I think it's in there. Are you going to play the deposition now?
Yes.
We can, first of all, let me hand out the written statement. I'd like for the court to see
Let's get it.
the written statement. We'll place that, but what we want to do is and I'm thinking in the order is that, the audio, video of McMurrow, and then the deposition.
All right. Written statement will be 29.
The judge exhibit, defendant's exhibit 9 is the transcript of the 911 call that you just heard.
That's exhibit 9. This written statement, put that up there first. That's what I just read.
Yes, sir, that's what you just read. So you don't need to read it again, do you?
No.
All right, then go to the video on the scene. Yeah, this is again, for the record, the interview of Frank McMurrow, the detective and queen of the Oakland County Police Department. I think, for clarification, this is again, the video of Mr. McMurrow with Detective Queen at the scene. And then in addition to that, we've got the deposition testimony, and we've got a video of Mr. McMurrow's statement to Damon Descovy. That will put everything that we have on Frank McMurrow into the record.
So, yeah, I'm Detective McQueen, Orange County PD. You have your ID with you?
It's in the car, sir.
We can grab it. Yes, no problem. We'll grab it afterwards.
Okay.
All right, what's your name, sir?
Francis McMurrow.
F-R-A-N-C-I-S.
Then MCMURROUGH.
All right. Your date of birth, sir?
12/31/1986.
Your day before, after me, a couple years later, so, well, earlier. All right. And a good phone number for you?
80.
2172. All right. And then I'll get the address from you.
Okay.
There. Can you explain to me where were y'all headed?
Okay, so I was coming from Richmond, Virginia.
Okay.
I'm heading to the Vista Resort for a business conference. And that's what brought me on this road here.
Okay, coming down this road.
Coming down this way, so yeah, I was about to the left. I think this is 9, right?
Yes.
On 9. So I was coming up this way.
All right. So you were coming down Camp Swamp.
Yes.
Camp Swamp towards 9. All right. And then what all did you see once you were coming down the road?
So when I was about, where the black truck is, I saw a black truck stop quick in the road. So I kind of slowed down. It's a country road. And when the car door flew open, and I saw a guy get out with a black pistol screaming.
Okay.
At that point, I yelled my wife a gun and kind of pushed her down. And so I started coming past. And at that point, the white truck kind of had come to a stop. And then when I looked over, sorry, you okay? When I looked over, I saw the guy in the white truck. I just saw a pistol like this, kind of pointing at the black truck. And then that's when I looked in my rearview mirror and I saw the guy with the black gun. Then the guy with the black gun's pistol was coming up. And then I just heard shots. And I saw glass exploding from the windshield. And I just punched it, took off. When I turned the corner, we called 911. I went up and took a U-turn and kind of came back here.
Okay. You said the guy in the black truck got out of the car with the gun?
Yeah.
Out of the truck?
And I told 911, because I was literally right here looking at him, and he jumped out, he had a gun, and the slide was back. I don't know if
it was right.
It was when you have on a Glock, it's right, you push the button, engage one, it was back and locked.
Okay.
And then that's when I saw him kind of go like this, and I looked at the white truck. Sorry, I'm just real nervous. So as I saw the black pistol, kind of, he was moving up, I looked at, because I was looking like this, and I saw the guy in the white truck point his pistol, then just gunfire, and I just kind of shot this way and turned around.
Okay. Did you see any of the exchanging gunfire?
The gunfire was happening right as I went past the white truck. So once I saw that pistol, I screamed to my wife, stay down, and then I just heard, it was mayhem. The guy in the white truck, didn't roll down his window, didn't get out of his car, and even when I turned back, because I pulled back around, I was on the phone 911, and I didn't see the gentleman from the black truck, so I slowly pulled up, and I told the guy in the white truck, sir, and I checked on him, and he said, dude, just get back. And then I think he might have been on the phone with somebody, and then I just backed up right here and said, phone 911 until everybody got here.
Okay. Trying to see if there's anything else I want to think. Okay. So you just saw it basically in the rearview as you were trying to get out of the middle of it.
So, like I said, I saw a guy jump out with a pistol, right? And I was looking like this in the rearview, and that's when I saw the gun go up, and as I looked up, that's when I made, I was coming this way, I could see this part here, and all I saw was a pistol like this, right?
Okay, so he had his pistol up here?
He had his pistol on the dash, it's pointed. It's hard to see though, because the window was kind of tinted, you know what I mean? It was dark, but yeah. And then as I got right here, I just heard friggin' shots, and I punched it out of him. Like, punched it this way, went up, made a quick U-turn, came back.
Okay.
And then when I was back here, the guy in the white truck kind of got out of his truck. He set his gun down by his side, and he walked up a little bit on the curb, like over here, and looked in the truck, and he just looked like the wheel. I think he saw me, and he just looked at the wheels and came back here and was like, just put his pistol away and sat and just was kind of, freaking out.
All right. Can you write that down on a statement form for me, if you don't mind? Yeah. No, you don't have to do it. Right this second, I'll let you go to your truck and do it.
Yeah.
I don't have an extra clipboard, so I'm just gonna give you the one that I do have.
Okay.
And then I'll interview your wife just to kind of get everybody.
Yeah, that's right.
And then this way you can grab your ID as well. So I'm gonna give you that. Okay. Just ignore the top part there.
Still as much information
As much as you can, and then just make sure you sign down there. Don't worry about witnessing. If you need more paper, let me know. I have another phone.
I'll try to write it out for you.
That's not big deal. Like I said, if you need more, I'll you're all good, man. I get it.
Sorry.
You don't expect to come down and see that, so.
I'm from Boston, so I'm from Boston.
You kind of get it.
All right, I'll go fill this second right back to my D.
All right, yes, sir. I'm
You
gonna
want to wait till you flag me over or whatever? Is that cool? You'll listen to it.
Yeah, absolutely. And then because I'm gonna give your wife one as well.
Yeah.
And then I'll come kind of probably exchange like that.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Judge, there's some left there. The rest of that, I'm told, is a statement that the officer took from Frank McMurray's wife, Lindsay. We haven't offered that, but we're happy to. You want to finish playing it?
And I presume she gave a statement and was asked to write it down as well.
Same things.
I can follow pattern. No, I mean, if y'all don't want to introduce it,
I think she said she didn't see anything. I'm not sure she wrote down.
well, it's been consistent that he said something and pushed her down, so her vantage point wasn't good at best.
And I believe that's what she said, so I don't.
And I think you'll hear that on the next, we have another statement, and I think you'll hear that very thing on the next video.
I think it's redundant, but we're not trying to.
You're not talking me into watching. Go ahead.
Okay. All right, we got another video with.
This is the studies.
We've got another video of another statement by Mr. McMurray to an officer.
This will be an excerpt because the officer was walking around talking to a lot of people.
That's correct, John. This is the body camera is over an hour long. This is an excerpt of his conversation with Mr. McMurray.
Can we confirm how many EMS one is on there? Can we confirm how many patients we actually have?
I just need one manual. I just want no fire engines or anything else. Just ambulance care.
Okay.
Judge, since they're presenting this and there's no real cross, I just want to know for the record that what this officer has said is we only need one ambulance. So he's asked for the ambulance, and that's what you just heard. We need an ambulance to haul the body. Go ahead. Thank you.
I'm sorry. It's okay. What's your name?
Lindsay McMurrow, Lindsay. Lindsay. Same last name.
Same address. All right. So what else? So
I was looking at my phone, all I heard him say is gunshots, and I'm down, so I don't know.
I'm driving this way. On this road? On this road, sir. Coming up here.
This way.
So I'm about, right where that car is, and this guy in the black just locks his brakes up, jumps out with a pistol, and I go, holy shit, pistol. And then I saw him bring it up, right? And then as I'm going by, I saw this gentleman just holding, he was just drawn, and then it just went hard. He was out of the car? No, the gentleman in the white truck, both of them were in the truck. The guy in the black truck locked up his brake, stopped quick, jumped out with a pistol. I saw when he got off the truck, he had his pistol like this, screaming and hollering. And at that point, I saw the pistol come up, and I told her, gun. She got in the door. I looked at him. He just had his gun drawn at that point in the white truck. But the guy in the black truck jumped out with his pistol.
What I'm getting at is he got out first.
Oh yeah, no. The guy in the white was still, I think, even moving. The guy in the black stopped, jumped out, and hit his pistol. I said, "Babe, pistol, get down." And I saw him lift his pistol up, and I looked, and at that point, this gentleman hadn't fired on anything. And then as I got past him, I just heard shots, and I freaking took off like this way, like a bat out of hell, called 911 and turned around. But yeah, the guy in the black jumped out with a pistol drawn.
What was he wearing?
Looked like a blue shirt, if I remember correctly, and possibly a pair of shorts. Looked like he had brown hair. Probably about the same age as me and these two guys here. But yeah, these shorts. I think he had shorts on. Yeah, I know he had a blue shirt on for sure because when the firing started, he kind of like ran. Because he was out of the truck the whole time. These guys never got in the truck. Never opened the door. Didn't roll the window down. I do know that. And
so they were going this way.
Yeah, they were coming this way, and when I stopped going, I saw the black truck like stop. You know, the door fly open, and I was like, whoa! So I slowed down. Right here. And then when I got side to him, I see a gun, and I'm like, holy shit!
White or black or maybe?
He's looked like a white guy. It looked like it was a black gun, a black pistol he had. Like I said,
not a white guy, right?
Yeah, it looked like a Caucasian about 3 bars. I didn't notice a beard. Guys and I have, yeah, it looked like a white guy. He was freaking screaming.
When y'all came by, what was out there?
So when I came here, I literally cut this way. I was so freaked out, I stopped. She told me to keep going, so I'm up. By that time, we had 911. The phone was back in U-turn. I came here and then pulled over here and then back up.
We saw Camp Swamp Road, because we're not from here, we're from Virginia.
And y'all were the ones that called?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What was the 664?
Yeah, that's the number on my cell phone, yes, sir.
Okay, cool. I tell you what,
33, 319.
give me like 5 minutes.
Sure, yeah.
We got to take the thunder.
Yeah.
They may not need you to stay. So if you give me 5 minutes,
Yeah,
I'll let you know.
that's awesome.
Are y'all going back home?
No, we're 12 miles from the Vista. We're going to the Vista for 5 days.
Hey, welcome to South Carolina. I got you. All right. I'll let you know. I got you.
319 County.
Go ahead.
Just as we have a witness and a victim. Her vehicle was shot when all this occurred, and she is supposed to be on Highway 9, just in from Camp Swamp Road, headed towards Lawrence. She's waiting to meet with an officer there.
What's the vehicle description?
She should be in a white Nissan, sir.
Step one, sir. I'll get someone here. Just let her know. We'll get to her skin.
Your Honor, just like Mr. Tinsley said there, that the very end of that, to give you some context, the witness that he's being told about on dispatch is Blaze Board, who you've already heard from. And at this time, the defendants would like to put into evidence the deposition of Mr. Frank McMorrow, which I believe Mr. Tinsley got keyed up for us.
We are, Your Honor. I want to give you a little bit of context. So you know we had problems. We go to Virginia, so what you'll see at the beginning, I began to ask him questions before he's even sworn, because he's threatening me at the very beginning of this deposition. You'll almost immediately see a very abrupt change. But just to give you some context, I finally just told the videographer to turn the camera on, and I started. So that's what you'll see.
Eastern. This is the recorded deposition of Mr. Frank McMurray. This is being heard in the case of the State of Scott, Heidi et al. Versus Charles Boyd et al. This case has been filed in the State Court of South Carolina and the Circuit Court in the County of Richland. The case number is 2025-CP-26-03798. The location for today's deposition is 4870 Sadler Road in Glen Allen, Virginia. I am not related to any party in this action, nor am I financially interested in the outcome. If there are any objections to proceeding by counsel, please state them at the time of your appearance. At this time, would counsel please state your appearances and affiliations for the record, beginning with the noticing attorney.
This is Mark Tinsley. I'm here with Natasha Hanna. We represent the Spivey family.
I'm Kenneth Moss. I represent Charles Weldon Boyd. And I know you reside in Richmond, Virginia. case number, our case number is 2024 CP26-0379.
Thank you, Counsel. Those showing on the screen.
Morgan Martin attending Bassett on behalf of Bradley Williams. Robert Lee on behalf of Bradley Williams attending Bassett as well.
Mr. McMurray.
Counsel, at this time, we need a court order to at least swear in the witness.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Counsel, you may proceed.
Thank you. Mr. McMurray, as you know, we're here to take your deposition. Simply the means allowed by law for us to ask you questions about what you saw that day. Not trying to harass you and won't belabor this. We're presently in Glen Allen, Virginia, and you live in Virginia?
Yes.
Right. And I'm back on September the 9th, 2023. You and your wife were traveling from Virginia to Myrtle Beach, is that correct?
I don't recall.
Okay. Do you recall being on Camp Swamp Road? Is it near the intersection of Highway 9 and witnessing the shooting event?
It's been a long time.
But you generally recall?
I remember something happened on that day.
Okay. Do you remember seeing the gentleman get out of the black truck? You said this had played through your mind 1,000 times or something to that effect.
I don't recall.
Okay. Are you going to answer any question today?
Like I told you numerous times, no.
Okay, so every question I ask you, the answer is going to be you don't recall.
Yes, sir.
Have you reviewed the transcript of your 911 call?
No, sir.
Do you know if that fairly and accurately depicts what you saw that day?
With me not reviewing, I wouldn't know.
Would you like to review it?
No, sir.
Okay. You said in the 911 call, said, okay, so a guy got out of his truck. He's in a black truck, and he got out of his truck with a pistol drawn, the slide was open, and you saw that day?
That's what it says, that's what it says.
Okay. If that's what it said, if that's what you told the 911 operator, that's what you saw?
I don't recall.
You wouldn't lie to the 911 operator, would you?
It was 2 years ago.
Would you have lied 2 years ago?
It's going to be a long interview.
You were trying to give truthful and accurate information, correct?
I do not recall.
All right. You said he told the guy, do not follow me anymore. You recall that? But if you said it at the time, it was accurate? Most probably? The guy in the white truck...
Question.
The guy in the white truck had his pistol drawn and pointed at the guy in the black truck. And you demonstrated in one video, I'm going to mark it as exhibit number 1, how the guy in the black truck had his pistol pointed. That's you in that photograph, correct?
Yes.
All right, and you demonstrated a two-handed grip on a pistol pointed over the dash, correct?
Yes.
And that's what you saw?
Yes.
And almost immediately thereafter, that gentleman in the white truck unloaded his clip through the windshield?
Yes.
And that's what you saw?
Yes. The question.
And
Objection on the question.
do you believe in your rearview mirror that you saw the gentleman in the black truck struck?
Yes.
Okay. And you punched it and you got away from the scene at that point?
Yes.
But you did see, you were able to see the gentleman in the white truck shot and his vehicle shot up, and you told the dispatcher what you saw, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's all the questions I have for you.
Mr. McMurray.
Counsel, please, microphone.
Mr. McMurray, I'd like to hand you a copy of an exhibit that I'm going to call Defense 20, and ask you to look at it.
Yes.
Is this a statement you gave to the Detective Jones or to the Horry County Police?
Yes, this is what I wrote after the interview. I believe enter on his car.
Okay. And in another, you you spoke to multiple officers, would that be fair?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I'm trying to piece together my understanding of what happened based upon comments you made to multiple officers. And so one of the things I'd like to ask you was, at the time that you saw this gentleman in the black truck stop, was there anything unusual about that stop?
Other than it was, you know, where Swamp Creek meets Route 9, it was about 200 yards in. It was odd to me. Even where I was coming from, it was just like 2 trucks were stopped. I didn't know. Yeah, it was 2 trucks stopped in the road.
Okay. And I'd be happy to show it to you, but in one statement, you had stated that the stop of the black truck seemed to be abrupt. Mm-hmm. And that was attention getting. Was that a fair assessment of what you recall?
Got my attention because I was paying attention to make a left-hand turn. I noticed a truck just stop. At first, the reason I slowed down and stopped, I didn't know if there was an animal or something out in the road. That's why they had stopped. So I initially started slowing down.
And so the vehicle behind him would have been the white truck my client was driving. At the time that this gentleman got out of the black truck, that would have been Mr. Spivey.
Yes.
At least in one encounter with one officer, I believe you indicated that the white truck was still moving or rolling. Do you recall that? Did you see here?
Well, as I was coming up, the black truck had stopped and the white truck had to stop. Yeah, so he was rolling I saw the black truck stop first, and the white truck had to stop because the black truck had already stopped. But they had just pulled on.
Right.
They had just, like I saw them turn on, and they had, black truck stopped and the white truck had to stop because it was driving behind it.
And you didn't observe any other driving before the rolling on the Camp Swamp Road?
I pulled up and I saw 2 trucks turn the road and then stop. I was coming from a completely different direction.
Okay. And when the gentleman in the black truck hopped out, your description of that was that he got out of the truck gun in hand, and you mentioned that the slide you think was back on his gun. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you mentioned in a couple of places that prior to the shooting stopping, you saw him raise the gun, but I didn't see anywhere where you demonstrated that or that you described that further than he started to raise it. And I was wondering if you recall, and you're welcome to look at these statements, but I'm interested in what you recall about the motion that he made or how he tried to raise it.
So when I was coming down, I saw him when I got out. He was close when he jumped out, and I'll give you from the time I saw, because this all kind of plays in. Mr. Spivey got out of the truck. The slide was in the rear, because it was in the rear. He jumps out. I heard him say, "Stop following me." But I pushed my wife down because I saw the gun. At this point, I don't know what's going on. Now I'm paying attention to the white driver because I know what's going on. That's when I see the white driver hands like this, and I immediately go, "Oh my God!" Push my wife down. As I look in my side mirror, all I saw was his arm slightly move, and then all hell broke out.
Okay.
Like I told the officers, his hand, it could have just been his hand slightly moved, and all hell broke out.
And at that time, you would have been seeing this, I guess, to your side lane or your rearview mirror, or how?
So, literally, it's a 2-lane road, very small country road, so I pulled up, I saw Scott, I could hear him, they were so, close, and then when I pulled up, I could see it clear as day like this. He was already drawing, pointing, and that's when I got real nervous because I kind of figured out why they had stopped, and I looked in the side to see what he was doing. His truck door was open, he was just next to his truck, and then, like I said, I didn't even get to, I saw the motion of his arm just, like it says here, kind of come up to an upward position, just moved it, not draw, not come up, his arm barely moved, and everything went crazy.
So from reading the statements, you expressly said you didn't know who fired first. Is that?
Yeah, I had no idea who fired first. Okay. I didn't hear a single pop, then a bunch of pops. I just heard pop, 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 pop.
So you recall you and I had some telephone conversations last December, and about a year ago, and at that time we talked about the passenger in the white truck. If I recall what you told me correctly, you didn't see a passenger or know that it was a passenger in the white truck when you first went by. Is that?
Yeah, no, I didn't realize, because like I said, I immediately saw the driver, and the front of the windshield is like half tinted down, but you can see the steering wheel. Like you can see the first 8 inches above the steering wheel from that type of truck window. So I couldn't make out, it was so quick, but I did, I didn't realize there was a shooter until after the fact, and until another shooter until after I actually already left. But then once I stopped turning and came back, I noticed there's another gentleman getting out of the truck.
And actually, when you stopped and turned and came back, nobody had gotten out of the white truck.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you're right, because I pulled up, I spoke to Weldon, I spoke to the passenger on the 911 call, so yeah, you're right. I realized that after the fact, that there was somebody when I pulled up. Back up. I didn't know there was 2 people in that truck, and the whole reason I pulled back up was I didn't know how many people in the black truck.
Well, I was left with the impression that no one had gotten out of the white truck until you had turned around and come back.
Yes, sir, that's right, yeah. So I came back, I spoke to Weldon, it's on a 911 call, then I back up, then he got out of the truck, he went over to Scott, to the black truck, looked inside, said he was gone. And then that's kind of like, he got out, and the other guy got out, and then they were just walking around the street.
So you were on the scene until Weldon left?
I didn't touch anything, stop. I didn't even look at it, Judge.
When I looked around, all y'all were sitting down in it.
Well, I think Morgan was moving.
I decline to make any statement.
As you should.
Yeah, but I want him to see it.
You said one TV's on and my TV's off? Huh. It's kind of a turnabout. The media's keeping secrets from us.
My daddy always says turn it off and set it back on.
That used to work. It's not a bad idea. Let's take 15 minutes and see if Brandon can get it going. It's on you. This is my girl. She's gonna work on it. I know you hear gossip around the courthouse. I heard a rumor outside that Mr. Tinsley actually fixed the TV.
It's not a rumor, Judge. I did.
I don't know what to make of that. His first lawyer could do anything other than talk.
Mr. Nichols said the judge was closest to the TV, the power cord fell out of the backup.
Well, Judge, before we accept that, I'd like an opportunity to cross-examine.
Come forward and be sworn.
I plead the fifth.
All right. All right. I'm glad we got the TV fixed, and we get opportunity for a break, so we're back in order. I guess start playing again from the top we paused from.
At that time, we talked about the passenger in the white truck. If I recall what you told me correctly, you didn't see a passenger or know that it was a passenger in the white truck when you first went by. Is that?
Yeah, I didn't realize, because like I said, I immediately saw the driver, and the front of the windshield was like half tinted down, but you can see the steering wheel. Like you can see the first 8 inches above the steering wheel from that type of truck window. So I couldn't make out, it was so quick, but I did, I didn't realize there was a shooter until after the fact, another shooter until after I actually already left. But then once I stopped turning and came back, I noticed there's another gentleman getting out of the truck.
And actually, when you stopped and turned and came back, nobody had gotten out of the white truck.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you're right, because I pulled up, I spoke to Will, and I spoke to the passenger on the 911 call. So yeah, you're right. I realized that after the fact, that there was somebody when I pulled up. Back up. I didn't know there was 2 people in that truck, and the whole reason I pulled back up is I didn't know how many people in the black truck.
Well, I was left with the impression that no one had gotten out of the white truck until you had turned around and come back.
Yes, sir, that's right, yeah. So I came back, I spoke to Roland, it's on a 911 call, then I back up, then he got out of the truck, he went over to Scott, to the black truck, looked inside, said he was gone. And then that's kind of like, he got out, the other guy got out, and then they were just walking around the street.
So you were on the scene until Weldon left with law enforcement?
So when I left the scene, no, because there was a bad storm coming in, and I'd already been on the side of the road. So once they were done with my stuff, it was well into dark though. They left. I was there the whole entire time. But nobody left other than maybe a couple witnesses. No, everybody's still on site when I left.
And just for housekeeping, that document in front of you, the defense 20, that is your handwritten statement, is that right?
Yes.
And it's got your signature on the same page, is that right?
Yes.
I'd like to move to that statement. So, did you see a young woman there speaking with the police?
In a white car? Yes, look at me up, yeah.
Okay, did you talk to her at all that you recall?
We tried to calm her down because she was so hysterical. We had brief conversations and more comforting. It was like, she had made comments that would happen before then, but she was so hysterical. It was more or less just trying to talk to her, make sure she wasn't all right now, and just, really, there's a lot of people and stuff that were talking. A lot of people. But I do remember a young lady with blonde hair in a white car that kind of pulled up. Yeah, we spoke to her briefly on the side of the road a little bit until things got sorted out. Because we're all kind of held in one area. We couldn't leave a certain area.
So, it'd be fair to say, when you were talking to 911 dispatcher, and thank you for calling, by the way, you learned things during that call from other parties. Eventually in the conversation, is that fair?
Yeah.
For example, you spoke to my client, I think you told Rosemary that, and you spoke to him, and you relayed information that you learned from him.
Yeah.
But you also spoke to other witnesses too, and you relayed that information, right? So what I was trying to parse out is the distinction between what you actually observed in relaying your 911 call versus what you actually learned from someone else in related to 911 call. And that was the purpose that I wanted you to look at your 911 transcript, and I'll be happy to show it to you.
I don't remember exactly what I saw until I spoke to your client. If that's a question, I can depict it too perfectly clear.
Okay.
I was just relaying information as it was coming to me. This didn't, what I said in my interview you wrote down had nothing to do with what I've learned after the fact.
Well, correct. And that please today, if you respond to a question, if you're relying on something you learned from somebody else, please tell us that. Otherwise, I will assume it was your personal observation.
I haven't given any statements that one from anybody else yet today.
Okay, well, I understand. But they do show up in your 911 call. Now, in my conversation with you a year ago, do you recall I asked you specifically,
did I see his dash thing on the camera on his car?
Well, I did ask you that a year ago. Did you see anything on the dash of his truck?
No.
Okay.
When I see a gun being pointed, I kind of zone in on that.
Well, I understand that. I thought that was
Everything else.
I also asked you if you saw my client act in any way aggressively or in a way that you felt like was threatening.
No, the only thing I told you was his demeanor changed when the police got there that we all noticed.
Okay. But prior to the shooting event, did you see anything that you thought was aggressive? Or
prior to the shooting event, I didn't see him except for pointing a gun at somebody else.
Okay.
So I don't know what he did up until that point. I don't know anything other than when I drove by and bullets came from his truck. So I can't comment on anything prior to me pulling up to that incident. I don't know anything else that happened before me pulling up and seeing what I saw.
Well, even in the turn on the Camp Swamp Road off of Highway number 9, which would have been turning towards you, I guess, did you see anything about that driving from either of the drivers that seemed aggressive or abrupt prior to the stop of the black truck?
No, because I only saw them turn Swamp Creek Road and they stopped pretty quick.
Okay. In some of your statements, you had relayed to the 911 dispatcher that my client shot him through the back window of the black truck. And I think you said you didn't know if there was any kids in the car or whatever. It was kind of traumatic, I understand. But in other statements, you referred expressly to him being out of the truck and moving his hand when the shooting started. And so did you actually observe or see Mr. Spivey move from a position outside the truck to a position inside the truck?
No.
You didn't observe that?
No. I didn't know where he was when I turned around. Because the last thing I saw him standing outside the truck. I took off after the gunshots. I came back around, and Weldon didn't know where he was. That's why he went out. Because after after that had happened, we didn't know if he was in the woods. We didn't know what had happened if the guy had been hit. So Weldon went out with his gun and kind of looked around and then looked in the truck and realized he was dead and came back and told us all.
And you saw Weldon approach the truck, right?
Yes.
Now, what do you recall about his approaching the truck in terms of his body position versus the truck? Was he walking?
Very comfortable to walk up to the truck after the shooting.
Okay, well, I guess when
you're asking my opinion,
well, I'm asking more about what you observed. And did he walk in the highway? Did he walk on the side of the highway?
To the left of the road, going out, kind of like coming up to the side, approaching the truck, looking, and then he, I guess realized there was no threat, got closer, looked in the truck, then came back.
Did you ever see him touch the truck? Are you close enough to touch it?
He was close, but I can't recall how close. I don't want to, he looked in the truck, but he never got, there was no point that I can recall that he, touched the truck, went into the truck. I believe it was more of a lean to the truck, close to it. But he could reach out and touch it, but no, I didn't see him touch it.
Well, I'll submit to you that he described he looked from across the lane from over where the white line was. Do you think it was different than that?
Yes.
Yes. You think he was closer to the truck?
I think he looked at the truck.
Okay. You think he was close enough to put something in the truck?
Like I said, he could reach out and touch the truck from what I saw.
Okay.
Because we could see the front of the truck, the door was open, so there's nobody in the front side. Because when we kind of were all looking, we couldn't see. You had to actually go up to the truck and look in it.
Okay. Did you see anything that made you think that Weldon did get in the truck? Or?
No.
Okay.
Not from what I saw at that moment.
Okay. So in your statements, in your written statement, appendix 20, you said that you did see the driver of the black truck look like he was getting hit by paintballs. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Would that have been when he was outside his truck?
Yes.
To be fair, when he was inside his truck, you wouldn't have seen that, right?
No, so that's when I saw the pistol being pointed from the white truck. I looked in the side mirror, his arm had moved, and it looked like he was just, I don't know if he was trying to get away or what, like move, and that's the last we saw him.
Okay. And you didn't actually see him get back in the truck?
No, because that's when I was going, like when I looked in the mirror, and then I heard the gunshots, and I was straight, I just wanted to get out of there. So I didn't see anything from, like I said, we didn't know if he was in the truck in the woods or where he went.
Well, you mentioned earlier that the bullets were coming by you, and that must have been very terrifying. But logically, and of course we all lawyers Monday morning quarterback things, so logically my client would have been shooting in the opposite direction from where you were.
Shooting at the direction I was driving into him. He was shooting this way.
Okay.
So that's why I say flying by, and on that road, his truck was only 2.5 feet from me.
Yeah, I mean, it's a narrow road.
It's real small. So I say flying by because we were like nose to nose. Our trucks were nose to nose, like right here. So
where do you think you were when you first heard the shots in relation to Mr. Moore's truck? Were you abreast of his door? Were you past his truck?
I'd say my headlights were at his door, his rear view mirror.
Okay.
So my truck's here. We were right here with those shots happening, just like this.
Okay. And so, did you actually see the shots? See the muzzle flash or anything from Mr. Moore's weapon, or did you hear it?
No, I can only hear it. Because that's when I was inside, like with the kids, windows inside were completely black that I tinted to, so you couldn't see the muzzle flash.
Okay. And did you, of course, you turned, I think, to the right when you got to number 9?
Moved to the right, went up to the first little cut through, did a U-turn, came back in the swamp road. Yes, came swamp road, offline.
Okay. Do you recall any conversation with Mr. Williams at all?
I don't know. No. No, I don't.
He'd have been the passenger now.
Yeah, no. Nobody had a conversation when I first got him. At least he did something. He walked up the building, I couldn't believe it, took his firearm. And no, I didn't know he had a conversation as soon as I could see her. No.
At the time you were on the call with 911, others were also on the phone with 911. Were you aware of that?
No.
Okay.
No, wait, I think they might have said that somebody called in or something like that. I don't know, possibly. But no, I didn't know anything was going on prior to that stop on that road.
I think from my conversations with you a year ago, you mentioned this was your first time coming to Myrtle Beach, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Myrtle Beach area? And that was for a work-related trip, is that right?
Yes.
And so if we gave you the date of September 9th, 2023, would you have any reason to think that was not correct when you came down for this trip and witnessed these events?
Would that date not be correct?
Would you have any reason to think that's not the correct date? Because earlier, when Mr. Kennedy asked me, you weren't sure.
If you guys tell me this date, I mean, I try to block this out as much as I can from a certain point, thinking, so if I don't have that date, I just don't have it. If that's the date that's on there, yeah, I'm not going to argue that.
Okay, now, other than, I know you talked to Mr. Tinsley on the phone because you mentioned it, and you talked to me on the phone a couple of times back last year. Have you talked to any other attorneys involved in this litigation?
Unless it was just you maybe on the phone with somebody, it was Mr. Williams one time, or was it just you out at one time, or I don't recall. Other than y'all right here, no, nobody else.
Okay.
I bet I can recall other than maybe if it was you telling me that somebody else was on the call listening, I think maybe.
I want to think Attorney Lee and I
think you told me he was listening, but he didn't have any questions or comments after that. I don't believe from our conversation.
Okay. So you and I talked on back in February, which is the day that I was going to take the deposition by Zoom, and then for whatever reason, when it came time for your deposition, you didn't respond on the call. And so I don't know what happened on the 20th, because it seemed like you were set up to be deposed, and all of a sudden you just didn't come. Do you recall what happened on the 20th?
I didn't feel comfortable with you sending me the package and all the documentation, asking me to read and refresh my story, because I kind of felt like I was, I didn't like it. I felt like it was a force, and I really didn't like it, so if you want the truth, that's why I didn't show up.
Well, and thank you for that. My letter actually, I offered it for your benefit if you wanted to see it, but it's in your meeting the documents. Okay. Let me go through a little bit of my highlights here. I mentioned a moment ago that you heard the gentleman in the black truck that jumped out yelling. Mm-hmm. And as we see here, you recall exactly what he said.
You better stop following me, boy.
Okay. Because that's a little bit different than, it's the same general message, but it's a little bit different in terms of exact words. But you're pretty sure it was, you better stop following me, boy. Okay. Any reason to think that my clients heard it? I mean, did you see a response from him, or he kind of?
I don't know if your client had music on, the windows were up. I have no idea if the client heard it. I couldn't tell you.
Okay, but you didn't see anything that you saw as a responsive communication, like, a gesture, hand
I just
gesture?
saw the gun still on, withdrawn.
Okay. And you never saw the passengers come?
No.
Okay.
I didn't even see the passenger.
So, as we sit here today, though, you understand there was 3 people shooting that day?
No, I know. I can't recall. I don't know who was shooting.
Okay.
I've told you that before. I don't know who shot, who did what.
Okay.
So I can't recall 3 people shooting.
Okay. If we gave you a 911 call to audio recording, which we have here today, if you'd like to hear it, if we gave it to a court reporter, like the court reporter sitting in front of you, and we asked the court reporter to transcribe that, would you have any reason to think that that would not be a fair and accurate depiction of what you told the court reporter to call 911? Well, I mean, on that day, you were doing your best to relay information that you were perceiving to 911 dispatchers, is that right?
Yes.
And there's no reason that you would have tried to tell them something different than you perceived, right?
No.
And you were trying to get help, is that fair?
I was worried about the people in the black truck.
Right. And that time,
Yeah, that's why I called 911.
and at that time, you didn't know if there was one person in the black truck or more, is that fair?
I initially thought there might have been a family or something.
In fact, you said that, there could have been kids in that truck. So at that time, you were trying to relay everything that you perceived to the 911 dispatchers, is that correct? So if they had that recording transcribed by a court reporter, would you have any reason to think that that's not what he said?
Like take it and type it,
Yes, sir.
my words and type it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that would be what I said.
Okay. And we did that. And that's one of the things I sent to you so that you can review it if you wanted to.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
And so, and we have it here today, but we'd like to know if you can authenticate that that's what you told the court reporter. That's the purpose. I'm sorry.
He said it's what,
Okay.
I mean, yeah, you don't need to keep, what's typed down is what he said that day.
And Detective McQueen, you met with him in his car. That was from the photograph, I think, where you were demonstrating how the gun was held up. We took, Detective McQueen had a body cam. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Yeah, he said up on the dash circle.
So he recorded that.
Yes.
And same general question. If we took that video recording and we gave it to a court reporter to transcribe, do you have any reason to think that's not an accurate depiction of what you stated that day?
No.
And the purpose of this question is for you to authenticate, yes, that was my statement. It seems it seems kind of silly to have to do that because we obviously saw it even in recorded interview with Ted. But under rules of evidence, we have to have it authenticated if you're not going to be recorded. And that's what this deposition is about. So in that conversation with Detective McQueen, it seems like you, one point, were very clear at where you saw escalate this situation, and I'll find your words and see if that's what consistent with your recollection. There will be no find a statement. So, there was an officer on the scene walking around the body cam who was interviewing me too, and that's, I'm referring to the record to finish with number 30. And the officer said, the question was, what I'm getting at is he got out first. And the response, the court reporter transcribed will be on back and read it and tell me if you think it's accurate. This statement was attributed to you. Yeah, no, the guy in the white truck was still, I think, even moving. The guy in the black truck stopped, jumped out, and he had a pistol. I said, "Babe, pistol, get down." And I saw him lift his pistol up. And at that, I looked, and at that point, they still moving. Hadn't fired, done anything. And then as I got past them, I just heard shots, and I freaking took off about this way, like a bat out of hell. Called 911 and turned around. Yeah, no, the guy in the black truck jumped out of his truck with a pistol drawn. That was your statement I submitted to you, to an officer that you transcribed. Does that sound accurate?
Yeah, like I said, the black truck stopped. He jumped out. The white truck had to stop. Yeah. So, I mean, shot out of the truck first.
You said the white truck hadn't stopped. Let's talk about that for a minute, because you were in your oncoming lane, right? And so
We were driving in the back of the black truck. He didn't stop.
So you had, and as far as backing up, did you ever see any time when he tried to back up?
No.
Okay. So his three options would have been hit the black truck, hit you, or back up, right?
I don't know what he saw.
Fair enough.
His options surely were coming from the opposite side.
Fair enough. When you said the guy in the white truck hadn't done anything, back to your statement, and at this point, this gentleman, referring to my client, hadn't fired, done anything. Were you referring that to his conduct in driving, or were you referring that to anything about a weapon or shooting? If you remember.
What I was referring to is the black truck pulled up and the gentleman jumped out. I didn't see anybody in the white truck do anything. You know, get out, because he asked me who was out of the truck. So the guy in the black truck got out. The guy in the white truck didn't get out until after the shooting. Is that what you're asking? I'm confused on that.
Well, here's what I'm trying to understand. When he got out of the black truck, he was stopped, gun in hand. From what you observed, and only from what you observed, do you know if, or did you draw a conclusion that he jumped out of the truck because of anything Mr. Boyd had done?
No, like I said, when I initially saw him get out of the truck, I slowed down from the country. I remember there was a dog, a deer, somebody going on, and I didn't realize there was any indication until I saw the gentleman in the white truck pointing a pistol at the gentleman in the black truck.
Okay.
I didn't think the black truck was overly aggressive when he got out of the truck. Either of them. You know, it was like, almost like giving two guys stopping, saying that they were out of the shade there.
I was under the impression that the abruptness of the stop was what drew your attention. And,
Well, because anybody, when we got on a two-lane road in the country, you don't know where, in the area, not in, around, you don't know anything, you see somebody stop in the middle of the road, that was, it draws your attention. What's going on? You're cautious, you're aware, is there a hazard, is there something wrong, so it immediately drew someone to slow down, yeah.
okay. And when you talk about what he's going, you said the slide was back, is my recollection of what you told the officers. Did you ever see a period of time when he looked at the weapon by pushing the button or anything?
From the time he got out of the truck and the slide was back, no, I didn't see, I didn't see him slide the chamber forward. No, I didn't see any of that.
Did you see him walk in motion by Mr. Spivey, or any kind of motion was on other than slightly raising the gun?
No, the way he was holding his pistol in his body, it was not intimidating to me. It was more down by his side and the slide in the rear. I mean, that's a clear indication of him, No, he didn't make any movements. He wasn't jumping around. He just said, stop following me. When the gun was down on his side, like this. I got told the cops, and the slide was in the rear. And he wasn't, there's no other crazy behavior or any erratic behavior. In fact, I didn't get nervous until I saw the gun in the white truck. And I was like, oh.
So other witnesses described a gesture or a move, almost like moving right when he raised his weapon. You didn't see any of that.
Like I said, all I saw in the side mirror is him slightly move his arm. Not,
okay.
You draw a pistol, you draw fast. No, it was not an aggressive draw. Self-defense. I've been around guns my whole life. I've taken multiple training courses. I've done multiple things. When he was brandishing a firearm down by his side is what I think. I didn't see any motion of him raising that up in an aggressive manner or pointing it or anything like that at all. No. What I saw was when his arm slightly moved in my side mirror, all hell broke loose. I don't even think he would have had the time to raise his gun to chamber and fire in that time. I don't.
And you know anything about what, in these kind of situations, witnesses describe seconds seem like minutes, but you have any idea what kind of elapsed time we're talking about here?
Could have been 25, 30 seconds.
The whole encounter wasn't more than that. So.
No, like what I saw.
Okay. So, from the beginning of the shooting until the end of the shooting, wasn't more than 30 seconds. So,
could have been.
I may have another question or two, but let me consult my notes. These other attorneys may have a question for you as well.
Were you ever told that there was a dash cam video that captured any part of this?
I was told that Weldon was, I believe by the attorneys, he was recording the whole entire thing.
And did it cut off just as you showed up?
Cut off. It somehow, they told me that it somehow cut off as I showed up. So they played a 911 if the video went dead.
The dash cam video?
The dash cam video.
And were you ever able, did you see, because we know Weldon took pictures of Scott's body, did you see any of that?
No, sir. No, I have pictures of maybe the trucks from 100 yards away, but no, nothing that would indicate anything inside the vehicle.
Mr. Moore, I appreciate you.
Yeah,
Answering questions.
Morgan Martin, I've got a few questions for Mr. McMurrow. Mr. Morgan Martin here, and I represent Bradley Williams, who's a passenger in the white truck.
Mr. Martin,
And,
Mr. Martin, would you like for the witness to see you ask the questions, or are you okay being on?
yeah, that'd be great if you can. It doesn't matter to me, but it may be better communication if he can see me.
Of course, could you come on, please?
That's not good.
Okay. Mr. McMurray, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Oh, no, I just noticed you, I do, I don't think so.
I don't think you have any.
No, sir, no,
I'll check it.
yeah, I don't believe so, sir.
First time you and I have talked, would you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let me ask you, we've been talking about what you heard and what you saw. Do you have any vision problems at all?
No, sir.
Do you have any hearing problems at all?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Now, and as you came that day approaching Camp Highway 9 down Campbell Road, how far would you say you were from the black truck at the time it stopped?
About 100 yards.
Okay. And so for that 100 yards, you were able to observe the black truck and Mr. Spivey's actions?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And how far were you from Mr. Spivey's truck when you saw him get out of the truck with the gun?
30 feet at that point, because like I said, I was doing 45, 55 and slowed down immediately.
And what kind of vehicle were you driving?
2021 Colorado. Chevy Colorado. Pickup truck, yes, sir.
Okay. Was your driver's side windows up or down?
They were down because the AC broke on the truck halfway down through the trip. All four windows were down.
All four windows were down? All right. And you would say you're 30 feet when you saw Mr. Spivey get out of his truck. And when he got out of his truck, he had a gun in his hand.
Correct.
All right. And when you first noticed the gun, were you the 30 feet from that truck in your estimation or closer?
I was, when I saw it, so he jumped out, the truck stopped, came to a complete stop, and I was about 30 feet away. I was going slow at this point. When the door opened, he got out. I saw him, I was about 10 feet away. I was going slow, but I had driven past him. I was close. When he got out and yelled, or when he got out, I'm sorry, I don't want to, what are you asking? When I saw him get out, how far I was running when he spoke?
Well, you told me that you were about 30 feet away when he got out. You were about 30 feet away from him when he got out, if I heard you correctly.
When the door opened, yes.
All right, and so my question is, would it have been at that same time that you saw he had the gun in his hand?
I didn't ever see the gun in his hand until I came up next to him.
All right, so then would you say that you were side by side with him when you saw the gun?
Yeah.
And of course, did you ever leave your lane of travel during this passing?
I kind of hit the embankment to get out of there quickly, go to the right. I didn't go in the left lane at all. But no, like when I was in my lane of traffic until I heard the shots, and then I kind of went to the right and to get space from the thing. No, but I was in my lane the whole time. Other than when I took the corner, I might have been in the side ditch a little bit. Remember kicking gravel?
When you say that again, you might have been in the side ditch a little bit when?
Turning onto Route 9.
Okay, all right. So when you saw a Spivey get out of the truck, was it?
On Campsite Road.
Right, I'll say that.
I'm sorry, highway, I thought you meant right now. He was in between he was next to his truck in the road.
All right. And was he by the door, or did he walk back towards the back of his truck in any manner?
He was by his door.
He was by his door?
No.
All right. And he was between you and his truck when you drove by?
Yes.
And it was at that time that did he have the gun in his right hand, or do you recall?
And his right hand down by his side.
All right, and at that point in time, had you seen any other gun?
No, that's not, no.
All right, and at that point in time, you said that you tore your right gun and pushed her down.
Yes, sir.
All right, and that was because you had seen the gun and the gun frightened you.
Yes, yeah, I wanted to be cautious, yeah.
All right, you wanted to be sure she didn't get shot.
Yeah, like, I mean, yeah, I just, yes, I wanted her to get some type of cover because I didn't know what was going on at that moment. So yes, I wanted to make sure my wife was safe.
Right. And when the black truck came to the stop on Camp Swamp Road, there was nothing that caused it to stop. Like a cat or a dog or an animal or a person, it just came to what you described in several of your statements as an abrupt or fast stop.
Yes.
Right. And you would agree with those characterizations today that it was an abrupt or a fast stop.
Yes.
All right. And as you drove on past Mr. Spivey, and you drove towards Mr. Williams, where would you say you were when you observed a pistol pointed out of the white truck windshield?
Myself, we were almost nose to nose left when we were close.
You were close. All right. And you didn't hear any gunshots until you had driven past the white truck.
I was side by side with the right truck. My nose was at his side. I wasn't clearly past him, though. I was not out of the danger zone, if you will, when those shots rang out. No, I was right next to that white truck.
You were next to it, not in front of it, but next to it, but not past it.
Yeah, that's fair. Yes. I wasn't past it. Yes.
All right. And you said that you don't know who shot first, whether it was Spivey or the guy in the white truck.
No, sir, I don't.
Now, you gave a statement, I think, which is Exhibit 30, that they handed you there, which was your statement to an officer.
It was 20.
It was 20. 20, and that's like 20. And you got that there, Mr. McPherson, so you could look at it with me quickly.
Yes, sir.
All right, I want to read through it and be sure that this is your statement, and you will be so we can only assume it, but let me read through that with you. First line says, myself and my wife driving down Camp Swamp Road headed to a Bristol resort, correct?
Yes.
A black truck, the opposite lane, came to a fast stop, correct?
Yes.
A guy in a blue shirt jumped out of the driver's side with a black pistol yelling, correct?
Yes.
The slide was back as when it's in the back position to ready to load. Is that correct? Did I read that correct? Maybe you can read it better than I can.
Yep, don't show it.
All right. I saw the driver of the black truck start to bring his pistol to an upward position. Correct?
Yes.
I yelled at my wife, "Go!" and pushed her down. Correct?
Yes.
I looked into the white truck and saw the driver had a pistol aiming towards the black truck at that point. Correct?
Yes.
I pushed my wife down again and heard gunshots. Correct?
Yes.
I stayed off to the right on Route 9 and called 911. Correct?
Yes.
I did see the driver with the black truck looked like he was getting hit by paint balls, correct?
Yes.
And the next page says from the driver's side mirror, correct?
Yes.
Now, a couple different things. You see there a blue shirt. Are you sure about the color of the shirt?
Absolutely not. At this point, no. I can't remember what color, no.
Okay. I understand that. But it would be fair to say that you said earlier that you tried to put this event out of your mind as the present for various reasons, correct?
Yes.
All right. So it would be fair to say that the statement that you wrote down in the minutes following this event may well be the best recollection that you would ever have of what you saw and witnessed that day.
Check to the form. I mean, yeah, I guess so, yeah. That'd be right.
Yeah, and the statement that I just read to you, that at the time I case number 2023-11-1009, is an accurate statement to the best of your recollection, Mr. McMurray.
This is not how I remember it, though. This statement.
This was not how you remember it?
No, it's mixed up in my memories, like what's written down. Like I said, I pulled it up and I saw the black gun, I looked at the white truck, saw him, looked in the side mirror. This statement is not how I remember it since, how I've, but yeah, I mean, I guess this is. I think I've told a different, this seems different to me. Because it says I saw him raise his arm prior to then seeing the gun. That's not what I remember at all.
Say that again, I'm sorry, I missed what you said.
It says here that I saw the black driver bring his pistol to an upward position. I yelled, pushed the wife down. I looked in the white truck, saw the driver had a pistol, aiming towards the black truck. At that point, I pushed my wife down. And I remember seeing the black truck with the pistol, the gentleman in the white truck pointing the pistol, and I looked in my side mirror is when I saw him raise his pistol, and that's when the shots rang out.
Pardon me, you saw him raise his pistol. What are you talking about?
Shots flying people. I don't want to say raise his pistol, move his arm in an upward position.
All right, so what you're saying, and I'm trying to follow, you said a lot there, is what you said is that when I saw him raising his gun was when I was looking back in the mirror?
Yeah.
As opposed to when you were right behind, is that what you're saying?
Yes, when I noticed that Roland had a gun pointed is when I looked in the side mirror, and that's when I noticed him start to raise his arm and all hell broke loose. I don't remember, if I'm being completely honest, my memory of it, the way I see it, the way every time I replay it in my head, this writing is not the best depiction of what it happened, if that makes sense. I don't know why. This is actually my first time sitting here, him reading it through to me. I mean, when I viewed it, this doesn't. The driver of the black truck started to bring his pistol upward. I yelled at my wife, gun, pushed her down. I looked into the white truck, so the driver had a pistol towards the black truck. About trying to push my wife down to her.
That person with that phone right there.
Uh-oh.
I only fix them, Judge, I don't tear them up. I noticed you looked at me immediately.
I did.
Now you remember?
No, it's mixed up in my memories, like what's written down. Like I said, I pulled it up and I saw the black gun, I looked at the white truck, saw yeah, and I guess this is. I think I've heard a different, this seems different to me. Because it says I saw him raise his arm prior, then seeing the gun. That's not what I remember at all.
Say that again, I'm sorry, I missed what you said.
It says here that I saw the black driver bring his pistol to an upward position. I yelled, pushed the wife down. I looked in the white truck, saw the driver had a pistol, aiming towards the black truck at that point. I pushed my wife down, and I remember seeing the black truck with the pistol, the gentleman in the white truck pointing the pistol up, and I looked in my side mirror is when I saw him raise his pistol, and that's when the shots rang out.
All right, I mean, you saw him raise his pistol. What were you talking about?
Scott Spivey, I don't want to say raise his pistol, move his arm in an upward position.
All right, so what you're saying, and I'm trying to follow, you said a lot there, is what you said is that when I saw him raising his gun was when I was looking back in the mirror?
Yeah.
As opposed to when you were right behind, is that what you're saying?
Yes, when I noticed that Roland had a gun pointed is when I looked in the side mirror, and that's when I noticed him start to raise his arm and all hell broke loose. I don't remember, if I'm being completely honest, my memory of it, the way I see it, the way every time it replays through my head, this writing is not the best depiction of what had happened, if that makes sense. I don't know why. This is actually my first time sitting here, him reading it through to me. I mean, when I viewed it, this doesn't. The driver of the black truck started to bring his pistol upward. I yelled at my wife, gun, pushed her down. I looked into the white truck, so the driver had a pistol towards the black truck. At that point, I pushed my wife down and I heard gunshots. I didn't notice him raise his firearm until I was looking in the side mirror after I already saw Logan Boyd have the gun pointed.
Well, and either way, either as is written in your handwritten statement, or as you're telling us today, you did see Mr. Spivey at some point in time raise his pistol and point it towards the white truck before there was any shooting.
No, I didn't. I have never once said I saw Scott Spivey point a pistol at the white truck. I said he moved his arm in an upward position is all I saw. I never saw him point a gun at that white truck ever.
And where was the gun pointed as it was being raised in an upward position? Towards the white truck or in the opposite direction?
When I heard everything go down, I mean, the gun would have been pointed 2.5 feet in front of him at the ground still. Scott Spivey.
You said in both statements here that one is Detective McQueen on video and one in your written statement that he
started. It says that he started to bring his pistol to an upward position. I never once said it was aimed or I saw him point that firearm at your client. No, I never said that. I never witnessed that.
All right, well, let's go back this way. Who got out of the truck with a pistol?
Scott Spivey.
And to use your words, he was brandishing that pistol down by his side.
Brandishing is just an expression used when a firearm is out of its holster. But that's my definition of it.
Okay, he's holding it in his right hand.
Yes.
And it's not in a holster.
Yes.
And he is facing towards the white truck, which has just come to a stop.
Yes.
And he's yelling, presumably at the people in the white truck.
Yes.
And he's facing the white truck.
Yes.
And he has the gun in his right hand, and at some point in time, there is an upward motion of that gun.
Check 2-4. Yeah, I saw his, yes.
Yeah.
Started to make an upward motion. He started to make an upward.
Well, again, there had to be something that puts the word upward in your mind.
When your arm is down at a right angle and you move it a little bit up, that's upward. You're coming upward.
I got you. I
His arm, the gun of the pistol was by his pocket. Like I said before, his arm moved forward. I mean, like I said, all I saw was like this. I think, it wasn't this. When your arm is down at a right angle and you move it a little bit up, that's upward. You're coming upward.
I got you.
His arm, the gun of the pistol was by his pocket. Like I said before, his arm moved forward. I mean, like I said, all I saw was like this. I think, it wasn't this. It wasn't this. I just saw, his gun was here, and that's it. It was, like I said, when I say start, I mean, his arm barely moved.
Well, you're moving it now, from down and moving it up, barely or slightly upward, correct? But there's no doubt that there was an upward motion to the gun, however slight it may be.
In my mind, if you're going from your pocket anywhere forward your thigh, it's an upper position, yes, sir.
All right. And at that time, no shots had been fired, had they?
That's when all hell broke loose.
All right. And you don't know who fired first. You don't know how many guns fired.
I can tell you it wasn't. If you're asking me if I heard like a pop, 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 and a pop, 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 numerous guns, no, I just heard pop, 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 pop. There was no pause in the gunfire. There was no like. I didn't hear like a pop out, pop, 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 pop like that. It was just a pop, 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 like,
When, to go back when Mr. Spivey stopped in the roadway, if Mr. Boyd had attempted to go around him, he would have run into you coming towards Highway 9.
Yes, sir.
All right. So and Mr. Spivey's truck was parked in the roadway in his lane of travel.
Yes.
Just a second, Mr. McMurray, let me look at the reminder for tables up there. Mr. McMurray, would you be opposed to coming to South Carolina to testify at a hearing or a trial in this matter?
I'd like to do everything in my power to not have to be involved in this after this day. This is notice for the trial, Morgan. The deposition was notice for the trial.
Well, I realize that. That still doesn't change my question. Why would, what is your hesitancy, Mr. McMurray? Just bad memory, or what is it?
fact that the police department's involved, it's a multi-millionaire, and I felt like I was painted a narrative by y'all. When you guys explained to me how he was just a good guy, driving 9 miles, trying to make 911 calls, and I got more information and more narratives from the Boyd's team, and it didn't make me feel okay, and I didn't like it. I felt like I was being coached into, prior to that 20th, kind of like, did you see this? What did you see? Are you sure? Really review this? Really hone in on this? And I didn't like that.
And you said you received some information from the Boyd team.
Mm-hmm. Well, in the phone, no, I never found that out from you guys. I just said after the fact. You know, you start getting police, getting fired, and all this stuff in this small town, South Carolina. I'm sorry. I mean, I just don't want to be involved. That's how I saw it. That's all I want to do. It's too involved. I got 4 children, a business owner.
All right, so,
And I was reached out to by the New York Times and multiple media posts trying to get my interview, call me and my wife, saying I'm going to publish our name, publish the story, all this other stuff. So it was a lot. It's a lot.
all right, so to encapsulate, you feel like that you got information from both the Spivey and the Boyd camps at some point in time after this?
I have received no information from the Spivey. I've actually refused to communicate with them. The only lawyers I have talked to were in a very brief conversation with Mr. Tinsley, was last Tuesday. And I reached out to him.
All right, I understood you to say that you had received some information from the Boyd Spivey camp.
It was
not correct.
What it was the narrative. You know, when I get a call about my testimony, what I saw, I don't know why I was told all this stuff about prior to. It was almost like it was trying to lead me or persuade me to think that this situation was something that I didn't need to know about. I didn't need all that information. I don't know why I was being told all this stuff. Why he was on the phone for all this time. Why he did this. Why he did that. He was just trying to be a good citizen. What does that matter?
Well, I understand what you're saying. Okay, I understand that. But let me say this to you. You heard and seen that various people have tried to contact you since this occurred.
Mm-hmm.
But you would agree that the statement that you wrote for the police and that you just read into the record was a statement that you made before you received any outside information about any of the people involved in this case.
100% accurate.
All right. And you wrote that statement to the best of your ability to tell the truth at the time.
Yes, sir.
You didn't put anything in there to deceive or mislead anybody.
No, sir, I wouldn't do that.
And when you made the 911 call, the same is true. You provide that was made before you received any information other than what you had observed that day.
Yes, sir.
And you did your best to accurately and correctly transfer what you knew to the 911 operator.
Yes, sir.
And you did not in there tell anything wrong, misleading, or inaccurate intentionally, did you?
Absolutely not.
And then you also were body cam video by Detective McQueen in his automobile in which you made a statement, and that recording was made before you received any outside information about any of these people. And it was immediately after you had observed what you observed on Capstone Road.
Yes.
And at that time, you did not provide any incorrect or wrong or inaccurate or deceptive information to Detective McQueen, did you?
Not that I can recall.
And you would stand by, just like you stand by the statement to the Lee County Police Department, you stand by your 911 call and the statement you made in the interview detective McQueen today is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Check for the form. Yeah, but yes.
That's all the questions I have.
I've got some more for housekeeping. So, Mr. McMurray, the 911 call we talked about a little while ago, we took the recording, we gave it to the court reporter, and the court reporter transcribed it in written form, and I have it here. And we took it clear
to the candidates because of that.
Well, can you read everybody? Yeah. And they had the language 2 and 9.
Which one?
2, defense 2. I'd like to show you what I've asked the reporter to mark as defense 2. And I submit to you that this is a written transcript of the audio recording between you and the 911 operator. You're welcome to read all of you like to read or any of it. But my question to you is, do you have any reason to think this transcript is not an accurate depiction of what you described to the 911 operator?
No, you see, in this right here, it contradicts my handwritten statement that I said on the 911 call.
So I don't know if it contradicts
It does. It says right here, you're not following the guy in the white truck had his gun drawn, pointed, wait, I'm sorry, he got his truck with a pistol drawn. This is how I remember it. He told the guy, do not follow me anymore. The guy in the white truck had his gun drawn, pointed at him, and the guy in the black truck kind of like moved his pistol, and the guy in the white truck just unloaded a complete magazine at the guy. So that's why this is confusing to me, because this is a completely different depiction than what I put on 911. Because this here says that I saw the guy in the black truck raise the pistol, and then the white guy pulled it, and that's not what I remember. This right here is the most accurate description of my memory.
So I'm going to break that down for a minute. What I handed you in this thing is the transcript of the 911 call. Did you understand that?
Yeah, that happened immediately after. This was 2.5 hours after sitting in Hungary with the no detectives. Hour and a half later it was. I don't know.
Do you believe that this defendant's 2 is an accurate depiction of what they told the 911 operator?
I have to the whole thing on the first page. Okay, so
I'll stipulate that it is, can you?
yeah, I mean, this is good. I mean, both are. Right? This is my recording, this is my handwriting, but they don't match.
Well, then, I'll submit to you that eyewitness testimony is oftentimes not perfect between one narration of the story and the next. So that's not something we're being critical of. We're just trying to understand. Let me show you number 9 for this reference. This is, I submit to you the transcript of the body cam recording that you had when you were in the car with Detective McQueen. So that's 9. And what I want to do is, you just take a look at it and see if you have any reason to think this is not an accurate depiction of what you told Detective McQueen.
And I'll stipulate that as well.
Okay. And with the stipulation, I mean, you're welcome to look at all of them if you'd like to. That's what I'm trying to do is authenticate it, and you have it by stipulation. Like the one was 22.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So let me show you next 22. I'm going to copy that to you. I submit to you 22 is a letter that I sent to you, where I enclosed a USB drive, much like one of these drives, and on that I had enclosed electronic copies of Defendants 2 and Defendants 9, which was around one call. Is this what you said you do in the trash?
Yes, sir.
Did you ever actually pull up and look at it?
Never opened.
Okay. So this is the communication you received from me. You recall receiving any other from me?
I remember you sent me a letter, and I got a big round envelope with your name on it, and I put it in the trash.
Fair enough. So, did you read the letter?
No, I
Okay, so you didn't even read the letter?
No, no.
So you don't know if that's the letter you received or not?
I have no idea what's in that package.
Okay.
It literally came, my wife handed it to me, I put it in the trash can.
So let's talk for a minute about Blaze Ward. Do you know who that is? They use the name. Or is it? They use the name Blaze Ward.
Blaze Ward?
Do you know who that is?
No.
Okay. Earlier today, you said you didn't see another person there at the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Young woman.
Yes.
In a sedan, I think you said.
Yeah, the one I'm referring to is on the way in her 20s, a little white car.
Okay. So you recall seeing her at the scene?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall seeing her car at any time during the immediacy of the shooting?
I believe she's directly behind. I believe that car was directly behind because it was a white car, and then there was a white SUV that pulled up with another couple in it. But I believe she was behind them. There was a car behind them, I don't know if it was her. There was also a girl that kind of went up and came back around. So I can't recall if that was Blaze. There was a bunch of people there. But I do remember the girl that we talked to was really upset. I do know there's a car behind him. I don't know if it's hers or not. I don't know if she was the one that, there was one person that kind of didn't turn in, that went out and turned around and came back hysterical. And there's people there hysterical. There was another couple. There was a few people. I don't remember if it was her or I can't recall if it was her car, but I do remember a car being behind the trailer. But that could have happened, well, after the fact or right there, and I don't remember because once I didn't realize he had a trailer on his truck until after I turned around, if that makes sense. So I couldn't tell you if there's, where people were staged or anything like that.
So do you remember if there was a car behind him as the shooting occurred?
I do, but I don't know if it was her car or not.
Okay.
But also I want to confuse if it was the SUV with the older couple in it. There was like a bigger white silver Escalade also that was kind of off to the side of the road. So I can't recall who was directly behind her during the shooting.
Okay.
Honestly, when I pulled her out, because I don't know. But I do remember the young woman being there and started when I spoke to her. Briefly.
Okay. I don't have no further questions for you. Thank you for your time and attention.
The last ones, the written statement, in fairness to you, just didn't have the details that maybe you had in the 911 call.
Yeah.
Or the details that you've been asked today.
Yes.
And this idea of don't know who shot first, the first person you see shooting, as you said in the 911 call, was the guy driving the white truck who appeared to unload his magazine through the windshield. Mm-hmm. That was a yes.
Yes, that one depiction of the old, yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir. That's all I have, and that's it.
Anyone with additional?
That will be it for Mr. McMurray.
And so for the record, all of the statements, 911 call, 911 transcript, interview on scene, body cam, transcript, video deposition, and the type transcript. 6 things more or less. They're all in purpose of the hearing.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
All right. Only thing we don't have is him.
That's correct. You tried.
All right.
Judge, it is 11:47. You want to move to the next witness or take a break?
Tell me what you got.
We called Officer Kerry Higgs with the Oregon County Police Department. Your Honor, he probably was crossed 45-minute witness.
Need a break? Let's try to get him done before lunch.
Let's call Officer Kerry Higgs.
Swear affirm the testimony you're about to give the court in this case is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Speaking to the microphone.
Kerry Higgs.
Officer Higgs, how are you?
Good.
Excited to be here? Okay. Where are you currently employed?
Horry County Police Department.
How long have you been employed with the Horry County Police Department?
I was hired in October 2022.
2022. So in what capacity were you employed?
Private first class
Okay.
police officer.
And in 2023, the same thing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what exactly does a private first class, what are your primary duties? What capacity do you?
Call responsiveness, traffic, similar things to that. Any 911 calls,
Okay.
wellness checks.
So you respond to call, part of your duties is to respond for calls for service?
Sir.
Okay. And did you respond to a call back on 9 September of 2023?
Yes.
Okay, and was that to Camp Swamp Road and Highway 9?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And at the time you got that call, do you remember what it was for?
The call started out in the North Precinct. It was called for road rage, with someone following and depicting where they were going.
Okay. Say that for me again a little clearer there. It was a call for what again?
It was a call for road rage incident that started off in the North Precinct, which is prior to my sector, before the river. And then it ended up coming into the West Precinct, going up towards Camp Swamp.
Okay, and you mentioned just a second ago, the call came in that somebody was doing what?
There was a road rage incident where a vehicle was driving people off the side of the road, a gentleman with a firearm. There was actual multiple calls going for it.
And was it being relayed to you at that time that somebody was on the phone with 911 directing
Yes.
where this vehicle was at on the roadway?
Yes.
As a police officer, if somebody calls 911 and they're reporting a dangerous driver, whatever their conduct may be, they're reporting that on the roadway. You obviously are going to try to get out to where that person is, correct?
Yes, sir.
And do you find it helpful in your job if there is somebody who is on the phone with dispatch helping to give you direction?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Were you the first police officer to arrive on that scene?
Yes, sir, I was.
And do you recall about what time? First, I'm going to hand you this just so you got it. This is marked as Defendant's Exhibit 20. It's the case report from the Horry County Police Department. I've got it flipped just to help you and save some time to the page of your report in case you need it. But do you recall about what time you arrived on the scene?
The dispatch time was around 18:04, which is 6 p.m., around 6 p.m. I believe that I arrived at Camp Swamp around 6:10.
And can you sort of walk the judge through what you observed when you first got on scene, what you did?
When I got on scene, it was a little hectic with traffic. Camp Swamp is a route that people go to and from Tabor City often. Pulling up, there was multiple vehicles coming from Camp Swamp towards Highway 9. There was also a couple vehicles that were behind Mr. Boyd's truck trying to go around. There was actually a vehicle with a boat on a trailer behind trying to go up, and I had to veer my cop car around them to be able to get out and out of Highway 9.
So when you first arrived on the scene, who do you see out there? What is everybody doing? You know, kind of help paint a picture for us. We're going to play your body camera in just a minute, but I'd like to hear your recollection.
Okay. I did notice there was a bunch of cars in the median for a turnaround on 9 while I was coming up. There was also cars parked on the side of the road on the left side prior to Camp Swamp. The vehicles that were in the roadway trying to go around everybody. When I got around to the back, there was a white SUV, there was a truck and a trailer. Mr. Boyd was out of his vehicle. When I exited my vehicle, he was approaching me. I did notice that there was a gentleman in an orange shirt off to the right side by the white SUV.
You see the gentleman in the orange shirt, do you know who he is, or do you know now today who he was?
He was one of the witnesses. I can't recall his name.
Terry Wright, maybe?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Your Honor, I'd like to play a defendant's exhibit 56. Is that correct? I got 56, which is the body camera from Mr. Higgs. If you'll hit pause real quick, Mary Catherine. Your Honor, just so the court's aware of this body camera, the full body camera will be entered into the record, but just for the court's time, there's about, I think, 15 to 25 minutes of it at the beginning that I'm going to publish. And certainly if they'd like to play the whole thing, or if you want to play it later, you can. All right, go ahead. Where were you coming from that day?
The lower section.
Okay.
I believe actually that right there is going to be business 9 coming through the middle of Lower.
They're saying they think they people were firing at one another, and then that's where the drama from the black stuff is out at this time. That's fine.
Dispatched over that there was a shooting between two people.
After you got the original car?
Yes.
There came an update that there actually had been a shooting.
Receiving updates while I was in route.
County. Yeah. I'm being advised most of these vehicles are going to be on Camp Swamp Road at this time. The white one's on there, and the black one's about 30 yards from there. Subject that was not involved for this, but they are saying their vehicle got shot at 1801 East Highway 9 on Pyramid and Denver Road. If Q8 is aware of it. A comment. 534, 630 Kennedy.
Okay.
Now they're saying they think the driver on the black Silverado is 10-7.
Is that before we got the EMS? On standby?
Thank you. The incident, it says that the male and female were fighting. I think we have the female on the line. If I understand this all right, sir, I'm just feeling all this and trying to figure it out. But I'm pretty sure it's the female with the male in the white truck that's telling us this information. Locations so far, I've gotten a couple of things in here saying that both vehicles are on Camp Swamp Road. I'm not sure how far.
Camp Swamp and 9 out here.
Copy. All units 10-3 discount. Go to alternate. All units 10-3 go to alternate.
We've got 5:45 here that's elapsed on the clock, so you return this. Is that about how long it took you to get there? Is what I'm asking.
I believe that it took probably 10 minutes for me to get to being on scene.
Okay.
Is the time up there? I just want to clarify. He knows why the time
Yeah. What he's asking, Officer Higgs, is at the top of this body camera, it's got a date and it's got a time stamp on it. It does not appear to line up with what actual time of day it is. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, the hour.
Yeah, the hour on that. Can you explain it?
For Zulu time?
Zulu time. Yeah, that's what he's asking about.
Okay. It's a time dictated by, assuming the body camera company for time changes. Also,
The point is, it's 18:05, 18:09:55.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead, Richard.
What's going on? Alright, give me a second.
They saw everything. He held a gun to us on the interstate. He ran us off the road. We were calling. I was taking pictures of his license plate. When I turned in here, he got out of that truck, had his pistol, he racked it, aimed, and shot. Me and Brian just started shooting back. I mean, I can't. He was shooting at us. Why would he do that?
I have no idea.
They saw everything right
You guys
there.
hurt?
No, we're good. He's deceased. They saw. I got my pistol. You want my pistol?
Where's that?
It's right here.
Leave yours. I'll take yours.
It's in a appendix clip.
What type of gun do you have?
I think a Glock. So I'm a veteran. I did not do this. I did not. Well, I shot him, but he shot us first.
He shot at you? Or
He shot 100%. I was trying to back up and get away, and then he started discharging the firearm.
Sure.
Yeah, he saw us. He was out there.
Oh.
We can see in that corner of the frame there. What are you doing there?
Placing his pistol inside my vehicle so I can secure it.
Cleared the weapon, made sure it's not armed.
Sure.
And you want to secure that weapon in your vehicle. So
Yes,
it
sir.
could not be, nobody could get to it.
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead, McKenzie.
I can't tell you what to do. Send it for me. I got it. Keep going, please.
couple more years just to try to get some of this traffic down. Yeah, whereas one is definitely intensive.
I want to just ask you a question about this. When you arrived on this day, we're watching you walk back and forth. There's some distance between these vehicles, isn't there?
Yes, sir.
They are not very close together, are they?
No, sir.
Okay. Go ahead.
I got the main caller. Did anybody try calling in everything earlier on 9? Something about somebody bringing a pistol. Just have a seat. That way you come.
Sit loud.
I got multiple witnesses saying that the victim had jumped out, brandished pistol, shot at them, and then jumped back in the vehicle and then shot back. Nah, I don't want to get hit by that, buddy.
What are you doing right now?
I'm repositioning my vehicle since the other cars aren't there to try to stop any other vehicles from coming into the scene.
Second car Dodge, pickup truck, I'm getting 28. Sir, step away from that side. Sir, yeah. What am I doing? No. I want you to sit.
What did you just remove from the passenger seat of Weldon Ward's vehicle?
That was going to be the passenger's firearm that he stated that was in the passenger seat of the vehicle.
You're doing the same with it that you did with
Yes, sir.
Weldon's gun, which is
Securing it in my vehicle. Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead, Rick.
I like trying to get somebody live traffic off of Camp Swamp coming tonight. Yes, sir.
What are you pointing at there?
I'm trying to wait them to stop their advance so they can turn off. There's a side street into a development right before where that sign is on the back side of it. Goes into one of the newer developments that are out there that way they can go around the crime scene and stop going through.
Understood. Well, now I've got Yes,
I understand. I just want you to sit down, calm down, take a breather. There's nothing to be sorry about. Just sit down and take a breather, sir. All right.
What are you doing right now? Well, you got something out of the back of your car and you're going, you keep playing.
My crime scene tape so that way I can section off that side.
And what's the point of doing that?
Attempt to secure the crime scene.
Okay. All right, let's stop it there, Ms. Catherine. I'm not going to play any more of that. We saw you on the body camera video there with your cell phone.
Yes, sir.
And you were taking, first off, let me ask you this. When you arrived on the scene, was the driver's door to Mr. Spivey's vehicle open?
Yes, sir.
Was any other of the doors open?
No, sir.
Okay. We saw you walk around and so you opened the doors.
Yes, sir.
Why'd you do that?
To make sure actually that no one else is in there.
Okay.
And to get a little bit more information.
Okay. When you say a little bit more information, what information would you be looking at?
With any position of firearms or anything like that in the vehicle that may be crucial to not be moved.
And you take pictures with your phone, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And not with your body camera, but is there an app that's connected to it?
Yes, sir. This Exxon app goes through the file.
And you can take photographs with that, and then they're there.
You upload them on evidence.com.
Okay, so it's all one system?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, I'm going to show you what's been marked as defendants 37G, F, E, D, C, B, and A. I'm not going to publish these because of the nature of them, but I want to walk through these if you'll hold them up so the judge can see here. And I'll go through them. What can we observe back here? Or did you, let me ask it this way. What did you observe?
So the main reason for this picture is for identification of the vehicle, tag number. You can also see that there are multiple rounds going in, but there's also rounds coming out of the tailgate.
Coming out of the tailgate?
Yes.
Okay, indicating that there was gunfire coming from inside out of the vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What was the purpose of this photograph here?
The purpose of this photograph was to solidify where the firearm was in the vehicle.
And where was it?
By his right hand.
Let me ask you something else about this picture. What do you see there in the top left corner? You recognize that item?
Yes, sir. It's an extended magazine.
An extended magazine.
Yes.
You say extended magazine, I'm sure it's
for larger capacity
larger
rounds.
capacity rounds. What is this photograph here of them? Explain what you've done there.
It's a shell casing on the outside of the vehicle. It's Mr. Spivey's driver's side front tire. The reason that notepad is there is my personal notepad. All those notepads are within the definitive measurements. So it's 2x4. So it shows the distance from the tire where that casing was in case it gets kicked or it gets moved.
Okay. And it getting kicked or getting moved, that could be a potential problem out there on this crime scene, couldn't it?
Yes.
Why?
It kind of has the shell casings act very weird when they hit pavement. They tend to roll, they tend to move. They're very light. Wind can move them. Cars driving by can move them. Cars can run them over. All of those things.
And if cars run them over, what could happen?
They can actually be removed from the crime scene.
Okay. And just watched your video, we had quite a few cars coming through that crime scene. Sure. You reviewed that footage prior to today, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any idea, just a guess of how many cars drove through that crime scene before you could tape it off?
Before I could tape it up, as soon as I arrived, I noticed one vehicle already exiting. 2 others went by, the one with the boat trailer. In total, there was 19 vehicles along with that boat trailer.
19 vehicles, which
Yes.
you counted. Okay, I was going to show you pictures, but you already got a count, so that's good. We don't need to do that.
Yes,
And this shell casing here was found outside of Mr. Spivey's vehicle. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. And this picture is just
Again, it's for positioning, magazine,
and the
other options,
position of the arm.
items in the vehicle. Yes, sir.
This is just another photograph of the same, correct?
Yes, sir. A little bit closer up to where the firearm was located.
And this photograph.
Sir, it's a gunshot wound into the side.
Okay. All right, thank you. And Officer Higgs, I'm almost done. I'm sure this goes without saying, but I'm going to ask it, so please don't be offended. You did not manipulate this crime scene in any way?
I did. I opened the doors.
Well, other than your investigative work, I guess what I'm asking, you did not remove any items of evidence. You did not add any items of evidence. You did not change the position of the weapon or the body or anything of that nature.
No,
right?
sir.
Okay. Of course, I know it's not. Last question. You don't know Weldon Boyd?
No.
You don't know Bradley Williams?
No.
You don't know Terry Wright or any of the other witnesses that were out there on the scene, do you?
No.
You don't know anybody connected with this case?
No, sir.
All right. No further questions. Officer Higgs, I'm sure Mr. Tinsley has some for you.
Mr. Moss, you don't have any?
Mr. Moss, I think.
Just want to make sure for the record, I'm off.
Yeah.
All right. Ms. Tinsley, you up?
Thank you, Your Honor. Quarter of mine, 8. How about?
Yes, sir. Yes, you can keep. Yes, you're at 8.
And Your Honor, while he's marking those, I just want to make sure for the record, we're putting 37A, B, C, D, E, F, and G.
Okay. 8 through which?
You didn't say H, you said through G?
8 through G, yes, sir.
Okay, I'll make that record in a moment, and if we do the whole thing.
I'm all back.
That's okay.
10.
All right, hang on.
I'm good.
Waiting on her. So what you got in your bag? You can do that.
No, I'm good.
All right. For the record, the defense introduced and placed from the video several photographs, 37 A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, and those for the purpose of today's hearing. Mr. Tinsley's now marked plaintiff's exhibit 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I presume no objections from the defense as to his photographs, which will be introduced for the purpose of today's hearing.
No.
It's just
Very well.
Yeah, none, Your Honor.
Yeah, and just so, and I'll hand them to you, officer, before I start asking questions. So, Mr. Martin, we saw in the video you were taking pictures, right?
Sir.
And you're taking those with your cell phone?
Yes, sir.
And then you upload them into the, what is it?
It's the Axon Evidence Act.
So, and that's Horry County's evidence
Sir.
system, correct?
Yes.
And so what I've handed you is the actual photos after you uploaded them, right? And just look through those and tell me if those, the same photos. I think some of them are the same as what he's marking. We just see the timestamp on these. I'm going to show
Okay.
them. I just want you to verify, and then I'm going to use them.
Did you unplug your computer?
No.
Okay. Sure.
The second most important person.
I don't know, she might be most important.
Yeah, you're probably right.
She has to listen close to all of us.
These are all photos you took, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, one of the things that you're doing when you're coming to this scene is, it's just an ordinary course. As a matter of policy and practice, what you do is, you're there to secure the scene, right?
Correct, sir.
And you know you're not the detective who's going to do the investigation of whatever's going on. You're doing your best to secure the scene.
Correct, sir.
And we see you walking around the scene with your phone, but your body cam's on, and you know that, correct?
Yes, sir.
And as you're walking, you're looking for evidence.
Yes, sir.
And all these cars, the 19 cars or whatever, did you meet at Mr. Martin's office to count those, or you did that on your own?
No, sir, I did that on mine.
Okay. But all those cars, as they're coming through, you're still watching the scene, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
And you're doing the best that you can do to make sure nothing's happening to the scene, correct?
Correct.
Because it's important.
Yes, sir.
And you didn't see anything happen to the scene, did you?
No, sir.
You didn't see any shell casings carried away, did you?
No, sir.
And in fact, because that door's open and we see in Exhibit A, and this is a photo that you took. It's a lot easier when I got somebody else running, but you took this photo at 6:17, and we saw in the video we watched, but 6:17, the door's still open, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, you've opened the passenger door and left it open.
Both passenger doors, yes, sir.
But you didn't touch the driver's door, did you?
No, sir.
And so as the 19 cars came down Camp Swamp Road, you agree with me, they didn't drive in the vicinity that's immediately behind the driver's door. Right?
Back and forth, yes.
This area of the pavement that we see right here, you agree they're not driving in that area?
Correct.
And on the video, the 19 cars, you never saw any cars driving that area either, did you?
No, sir.
They came around, they might have crossed over into that lane, but that was back in that big wide distance that Mr. Martin told you about between the two trucks.
Sir.
You don't have any reason to believe that any shell casings would have been carried off by cars passing as slow as we saw in the video.
If there was more casings out there, they would have been.
If there were casings in the area behind that door, down the side of that truck, or immediately behind that truck, you agree with me they would not have been, correct? From the yellow line to the tire.
No, sir. If there was any casings that were by the yellow line, they could have been moved by the vehicles going by.
From the yellow line to the tire behind that door, no car went in that area.
No,
right?
sir.
Correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you looked, right?
Yes, sir.
And this is Exhibit 9, and you take, it's hard to read, 633, but that's the shell casing that you found, and we're going to go back. It's almost under the tire, right there, correct?
Sir.
You don't know when that shell casing came to be there, either, do you?
Prior to
your arrival.
Sir.
How it got there, you don't know, do you?
Yes.
And then you laid a pad by because you're actively looking for shell casings, right?
Correct, sir.
That's the only one you found. Correct?
Yes, sir. By the vehicle.
Yes, sir. And I appreciate that. Look, that's the only one you found in Mr. Spivey's vehicle.
Correct.
But you did find one outside of the vehicle on the running board of Mr. Boyd's vehicle. That's Plaintiff's Exhibit 11, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
And you took a picture of that.
Yes, sir.
Now, you've been in here, and you've been hearing some of the testimony, and you heard the 911 discussion with Mr. McMurrow that Mr. Boyd's windows were up at the time of the shooting, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You agree with me that most probably fell out at some point in time when they're getting in or out, correct?
Correct.
That doesn't mean that Mr. Boyd was outside his, and this is the driver's side, correct? You took another picture. See the yellow line?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that's Exhibit 13. That shell casing doesn't tell us anything about when it got there, does it?
No, sir.
And remember, I stopped you at the beginning, because at the beginning we talked about the fact that the Zulu time and what time you got there?
Yes.
And you said 6:10, and it was 5 seconds from that to 6:09:55, right? Yes?
Yes.
Yeah. So if Mr. Boyd has photographs of Scott Spivey's body that were taken in date stamps, time stamp, metadata, at 6:05, 20 seconds, and then again at 6:05 and 57 seconds, that would have been before you got there, wouldn't it?
Yes, sir.
There wasn't any way to see that body until you got up there and got in that door, was there?
No, sir.
Okay. You heard on the 911 call that EMS is inbound, and you know they had already ordered a wagon to come and transport the body, right?
It's the process of it. If there's a deceased person, that a ambulance would be the ones to identify that person was deceased, and then the coroner would be notified through the ambulance.
Well, but on 911, point of fact is that Damon Vescovi had already told him he needed to transport one body, correct?
I don't know what time he stated that.
You didn't. I didn't say what time. He says it at the beginning when he gets there. You don't dispute that, right? I mean, we can go back and play it. But
If you'd like to, I would like that. I wasn't listening for
sure.
his directives.
Let me ask you this. This photo we marked as Exhibit A. I'm going to have well, I'm sorry. I'll come back.
Can we confirm how many, EMS one is one of those, can we confirm how many patients we actually have?
I just need one wagon, I just want, no fire in, nothing else, just
I just need one wagon. You heard him tell that?
One ambulance, yes, sir.
To transport the body, right?
If that's what he was speaking about for the coroner.
Now that'd
be an ambulance though, not the coroner. The coroner's separate.
Okay.
They have a wagon that comes after.
Regardless, it says, I just need one wagon, right?
Correct. For our policy, if there is a large crime scene, and the way Horry County Fire works is they will send one ambulance and one fire truck towards the scene. I don't know what he's exactly speaking about, but anytime that I have been the lead on a case similar, shooting or anything like that, where someone was injured, I would make sure that only one person would come in to that crime scene to verify that that person was deceased.
Okay. So let's talk about the policies of Horry County since you pulled them up. Policies of Horry County dictate that you would separate the witnesses, correct?
Correct, sir.
And you didn't do that, did you?
That was not my job.
But you didn't do it.
I did once I recognized that what was happening, sir.
About an hour later.
Sir.
And we saw the gathering with the Wrights and Weldon Boyd and Bradley Williams there, but for an hour they talked, right?
I don't know if they were all speaking together about certain things.
I want to, this is unfortunately, because I'm technologically challenged, this is how we're going to get it up here so we can save time. Can you zoom it in? All right, so now we see the clock is, it's almost a full hour later, correct?
I'm sorry, Mark, I missed for a second. This is more of his body cam, right?
I don't believe this is his body cam. We're going to see him in 1 second. But same Zulu time, now we're a full hour later, right? And who is that gentleman there?
That's our night watch commander, Lieutenant Doug Deschamps.
He's above you.
Yes, sir.
Is he above everybody else that's at the scene at that point in time?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
Mr. Leary, everybody wants to go see what happened.
That's you, right?
You live down here?
Yes, sir.
You know how to go to the
Yes.
There's 3 different ways to
Not
go.
all the way through Hawker.
Well, that's what I don't want the witnesses talking to the people involved. I don't want them discussing, talking together. That's why we need to separate witnesses. Hey, y'all stay away from each other for the time being.
So he first asked Officer Vescovi, is that thing on? Talking about his body cam. And then he tells y'all he doesn't want witnesses talking to each other, and then this is when you go and separate them.
Yes, sir.
But before that, in violation of the policy, they had been allowed to talk for an hour. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes. You heard Mr. Boyd in the video that we watched say that he shot Scott Spivey. That's what he told you, right?
Yes, sir.
You heard him say that he was trying to back up and get away, and that Scott Spivey started discharging firearm, didn't you?
Correct.
Your Honor, do you still have Mr. McMurray's deposition?
I think it's right there.
That's gross.
911 call. I'm not sure I had his deposition.
Need to.
I don't listen to it this morning.
I believe you're correct, Your Honor. You did not have it.
No reference to the watch.
I'm going to have him read the statements again. I'm kidding. I apologize, Your Honor. All right. So this is Plaintiff's Exhibit 1, and you saw that video. This is Detective, is it McQueen or Quick? I get them confused.
That one would be McQueen.
Okay. So this is the in-car video, and all I did was took a screen grab. Can you scroll just to see there's two of them? You agree with me that if Weldon Boyd is doing that at that point in time before he shoots, he is not trying to back up?
Correct. If he didn't have any hands on the steering wheel or anything like that.
Patience is not my strongest. Officer Higgs, you looked at that driver's door, didn't you?
Sir?
And you didn't see any bullet holes in that driver's door, did you?
No, sir.
And you're taking this photo, the purpose of this photo is to take pictures of all the bullet holes that are in the back, the tailgate of Scott Spivey's truck, and into the cab of Scott Spivey's truck, correct?
The purpose of that photo is to try to get the entirety of that vehicle.
Okay. Earlier, you looked at the bullet holes. You were discussing
Yes, sir.
it. And the only place you see bullet holes is essentially where I've described them, into the back of his truck.
Yes, sir.
Is it also the policy of Horry County that body cams will not be turned off as long as the suspects are still on the scene?
No.
That's not the policy?
The policy dictated at that time that they can be turned off after you were told to do so by a supervisor.
Okay. And that's what happened shortly after you separated the witnesses, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
At some point later, the body cams all get turned off. Yes?
Yes.
At some time after that, most of them get turned back on.
Yes, sir, some of them.
Okay. You don't know why that happened, do you?
So sometimes when people come into an area and their body camera turns on, it's an aerial issue, not an issue, but an aerial thing with all the body cameras. If there's one that turns on, it will turn the rest of them on.
Do you remember Damon Spivey asking you how to mute the recording of his dash camera?
I do.
And would you like to see the video?
Sure.
So the time is 23:56, correct?
Recorded that, yes, sir.
Yeah.
How do you turn the mic off on the cameras? I have no idea. I have no idea. Hey, who's it? Higgs. Hey, Higgs. How do you cut the mic off in the camera? No, to turn the mic off. I want to mute it. You'd have to go on the. Here.
And during that conversation, Weldon Boyd's sitting on the trailer of his truck, correct?
Correct.
That wouldn't be in accordance with the policies of Horry County, would it? To mute the mic so that it couldn't be heard what was happening?
I don't believe so, sir.
That's the opposite of what you were trying to do that day and document the evidence, wasn't it?
Correct, sir.
That would clearly be a violation of the policy, would it not?
Correct, sir.
And nonetheless, they got turned off, correct?
All of our body, my camera was
That
off
one did.
way before that. I can't dictate when he turns his on or turns his off.
No, because you weren't his supervisor, were you?
No, sir.
And the supervisors were controlling what was happening at that point, weren't they?
At that point, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you. That's all the questions I have.
Mark?
Just one quick question. You also heard Frank McMurray testify earlier here in his deposition video that he also did not even see that there was a passenger in Mr. Boyd's vehicle. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. No further questions, Judge.
That's good. You're done.
Thanks, sir.
All right, Heat Parks, let's take a break. It's 12:40. I think 2 o'clock sounds good. Give everybody an ample lunch break. Enjoy. Be back here at 2 o'clock.